Oh, and here we go. 这个是什么油？香油。Oh, and here we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. Chili, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, bay leaves. That is xiang, guys. Look at those spices bubbling away. Oh, and we're just gonna add a little more. Broad bean paste, chili, ginger, garlic, cardamom, bay leaves. Wow. That is next level aromatic. It's like walking through a forest full of fragrant herbs. Wow. Oh, and we're adding in even more. 昨天的吗？ Yesterday's 料 Yesterday's spices. 昨天的吗？哦，所以更香，对吗？对。更香。So we're adding in yesterday's spices to make it even more xiang. That is insane, guys. Oh, we're adding in so much. Wow. And now it's starting to fill up. We've got almost a half full daguo, giant wok here. And this is where we're gonna see the guto. We've got buckets full of jinpai roe right here, coming right out of this giant box of meat. And that's gonna all go inside the xiangliao wok. Okay, let's put the meat in. Oh, right in. Wow. The meat goes in. That is the most aromatic pot of xiangliao. And we're gonna boil this meat right in. And you can see it just gets submerged into that giant pot of oil and xiangliao. And the juices are gonna infuse in and you can just poke it in. Oh, and that meat is submerged. More roe. Wow. And it's totally filling up with meat now. And another one is coming. We're adding in 400 jin, which is 200 kg of meat. Oh, there it is. Wow. 400 jin嘛 200 kg of meat. 400 people to eat all of this. And we're gonna make 2 pots of these tonight. And you can see it's so full of meat now that the meat isn't sinking down anymore. It's just barely going down because there's so much meat in this big pot of xiangliao. But we're still adding a little bit of water, so it's gonna fill up, and that is gonna be very delicious. And just looking at 1 spoon of that, you can see it's full of over 30 spices, and that is just gonna infuse into all of the meat. It is so xiang. And those are just giant chunks of meat. It's gonna boil, and we're gonna have a feast. And we're just adding on the last pieces right here. And they're just gonna slowly sink in to this giant wok. And I just love how it's scooped out with a shovel. That's when you know it's a giant pot. Oh, that's it there. The tofu is almost done, and the tofu is gonna go perfectly with that meat. Whoa. And then we're just putting it on top of the meat here, and here's the scoop. The strained, spicy oil and stock right over that. 谢谢你. And there it is. Look at that. That is the da gu to, full of tofu, coriander, green onions, 30 plus different spices, back ribs, boiled for 2 hours, scooped up with the shovel. And here we are, guys. We got the ultimate da gu to roe meal. We just waited 2 hours and watched the whole process. Such an amazing process to see, but this is what we came for. The meat right out of the pot. Let's get a nice big chunk. Oh, there it is. Look at that meat. That's what we came for. And it's all about the first bite. Let's try it out. I need to get another bite of that. Wow. Oh, that right there is almost similar to the spices in Sichuan, except this is even more xiang, more aromatic. You can just dip it right in. There is 30 plus spices in there, and it's so complex. There is fatty meat, lean meat, peppercorn, chili, floral, numbing. Oh, and you can tell there's a little bit of ginger, and it's overwhelmingly strong. Like, if you don't like spicy, this is not gonna go well with you. is exactly like you would expect. Hundreds of spices in there make it incredibly complex. All of the spice in there. This really is the definition of xiang. When people talk about aromatic in China, this is what it is. It's spicy, but not overwhelmingly spicy. Your mouth tingles and you're tasting literally dozens and dozens of spices. And you feel really, really, really happy just eating this spice. 好，好，谢谢杨老板。好，好，拜拜，谢谢。